Hi, welcome back. So, ready for another story, huh? Well, today you're in for a treat. This is a story of me and a couple friends of mine back in the day getting in a mess of trouble. I used to train dogs in Dallas, Texas. And it wasn't the best paying job, but it got the bills paid, you know, and I didn't just train any old dog that was brought in. I only trained certain types of dogs. My main type of dog I trained was Siberian Huskies. And we had this young man come in with his Siberian Husky, and he was wanting it to be trained. And I said, what do you want it to learn? What's the main thing you want it to learn? He said, I want it to learn how to kill bears. I said, kill bears? He said, yes. I said, I've never trained a dog to kill a bear. He said, well, I'll give you 50 grand if you can train this dog to kill bears. I said, why do you want this dog to kill bears so bad? He said, well, I just bought a new house, and we were moving things in, and I went down to the basement, and I'll be damned if I didn't have the largest infestation of bears you ever seen. So, which is a big problem in Texas, if you're not aware. You know, around here we have rat infestations. They have bears. Black bears. And they get in their basement and they cause all kinds of ruckus. They're noisy. They're always partying. They never go to bed. And you know, the only time they sleep is in the winter. Everybody knows that Texas doesn't have winter. They don't believe in it. They're too conservative. Winter's for the devil. Well, anyway, all that aside, he wanted me to train this dog to kill bears. So I took on the challenge. I said, I will train this dog to kill bears. Well, after many days trying to get this dog to kill bears, it died by being attacked by a bear. So I wasn't really sure how to break the news to the guy that I got his dog killed. You know, it was a bear attack. You know, which I guess I should have had him, you know, sign some sort of papers. It is dangerous to train dogs to kill bears. So, but I didn't. So I had to think of a way to weasel myself out of this one. So I went down to the local costume store, and I go up to the guy behind the counter and I say, sir, I need a costume. He said, what kind of costume? I said, I need a Siberian Husky costume. He said, what do you need a Siberian Husky costume for? I said, none of your damn business. Just sell me a Siberian Husky costume. He said, well, I don't have one. I said, well, what do you got? He said, well, we got a horse, a dragon, and a wolf. So obviously I picked the one that was closest to a Siberian Husky. So I'm on my way to this guy's house in my dragon costume. And I glued all kinds of fur to it and in just the right places to make this dragon costume look like a, you know, husky. And I go to this guy's house and I wear a note around my neck, and it goes into detail, say, you know, here's your dog, it's well trained, it's ready to fight bears. And so I decided that, you know, I'm going to kill these bears and do this guy's job for him. So I knock on the door and then I lay down, pretend to be a dog. And he opens the door and he looks down at me and he goes, "What the fuck is that?" And then I was like, I'm a dog. I'm your dog. I'm a husky. So he takes me downstairs to kill these bears. And, God, the amount of bears. So many bears. So many bears. So I go down there, and they're all just kind of running around, doing their bear thing. And I get down there, and he goes upstairs, and he shuts the door. And I burst out of my dragon costume. And I went Super Saiyan. Is the best way I can explain it. I just went completely beast and started beating up all these bears, and I'm beating the shit out of these bears, and I'm really just doing a number on them, man. There's just bears coming from the left and bears coming from the right, and they're swarming me, and I'm like, bear dick punch, and you know, just like fucking these bears up. And the biggest bear that was there, obviously the alpha male bear, he comes up to me and he steps up to me and he says, "Rawr, rawr, rawr." And I was like, "Fuck you, I don't speak bear." And I punched him. When I punched this bear, he just looked at me and he looked me in the eyes and he went, "Rawr, rawr." I was like, "I don't speak bear." And then he was like, I'm not speaking bear, I'm growling. That's what bears do. It means back off. And I was like, why didn't you say so? And I left peacefully.